People have taken Parliament to be a sham organization. The very people who brought in the no confidence motion weren't there to see it end. You know, there's a very old saying, Navika, which I want Dr. Hanumantaiah to carry to Rahul Gandhi. It's in simple English. It says, let thy speech be better than silence, or it's best to be silent. You know, you don't have to speak on things that you don't know about. A, B. Mr. Saravanan of DMK talks about a lullaby. First, I didn't understand what he was saying because I couldn't understand the word. So, Mr. Saravanan, isn't it sad that a senior politician, political figure like you, belonging to a dynasty of politics, refers to a prime ministerial argument defending the no confidence motion as a lullaby? Are you sleeping dogs that must be allowed to lie in Parliament? Is this what Parliament is about? Are we actually coming to be a country where we mock prime ministerial rebuttals to a motion that has been brought in by various parties of the opposition? You know something, Mr. Saravanan, I didn't interrupt you. Please don't interrupt me. I'll finish pretty quickly. I have the following to say, Navika. Today, it was quite evident that the opposition does not have a voice, leave alone speak in a unified voice. Why did they get out? They got out because they knew that they were being pulverized on the basis of facts. What were the speeches that the opposition largely, by and large, made? Some which were supporting the government, like the BJD. The others, they were tenuous accusations garbed in vile retributive abuse against one man who this country has elected as its prime minister. He hasn't come in from Sri Lanka when I last checked. The Indian prime minister has been subject to the kind of vile abuse both within and outside India like I have never seen before. Why should he not rely on history? Why should he not talk about the mess-ups that had happened? Mr. Saravanan is aware that even the DMK was dragged into the 2G scam. He's aware of it, and they got out of it because of judicial intervention. Now, you tell me, Mr. Saravanan, you come from a party which has a great lineage from Karunanidhi ji downwards. Why should history not be mentioned as a referral point, as contextual? Why should we not talk about the fact that there was a time in Manipur when you couldn't even use Mahatma Gandhi's photographs or his pictures? My point, Mr. Saravanan, is not to argue about who's right or who's wrong. I have a simple citizen point. Parliament was called to session. The demand from day one was Narendra Modi must speak on Manipur in Parliament. That was the single line demand. Sessions were wasted. Bills didn't pass through. Time was wasted. Each member of Parliament gets 2,000 rupees a day from your and my money as taxpayers. Today, when the Prime Minister comes to the House, he waits, he speaks. Just as he's about to speak, on the 97th minute, the opposition walks out saying, oh, he hasn't spoken. Is Narendra Modi going to speak to your timeline? Is he going to prepare his oration based on your demands? You say you have a pain in your knee, a pain in your stomach, a pain in the head. Is this what we are bringing democracy down to? Is this what Parliament is about? Is this the voice of the people? Where are the people?
Navika, can I
come in? You know, when Wales fights shrimps are eaten, the people of India have become shrimps thanks to your political divisiveness.
And on. Can I come in, Navika?
Go ahead. What do you mean on?
Yes, Saravanan.
30 seconds to 1 minute.
20 seconds. I'll give you 20 seconds for a counter and then Mr. Biswajit.
Mr. Saravanan, I was not rude to you. And I was only referring to you in the politest manner. So don't say on and on and on. I have things to say in English that is understandable. So let me finish and then you can interrupt.
Yes, everybody has things to say.
But you're not the anchor, you see. The problem, Mr. Saravanan, is you're a panelist. You will not ever rise to be an anchor.
But everybody,
either anchor as a humanist or an anchor on television.
Every opinion has to have equal voice. This is all about democracy.
No. What equal voice? You're talking from the DMK. What equal voice? I will not allow you to speak.
Suhel Seth was talking
Let Navika do what she wants. I will also not allow you to speak.
Turn.
Is that the way you want?
My turn. Will you allow me to speak?
We are not into the politics of debasement. So now, respectfully, I will allow you to speak and I will not say one more word.
I know. When you support BJP, I know you are intolerant. When you support the BJP, RSS,
No,
you
no,
are
but why don't
intolerant. I know that.
you? Why don't you
Mr. Suhel
respond?
was
Why
talking
don't
about-
you respond to the question raised by Mr. Rajagopalan? Why
I
don't
am
you
going to,
respond to
Navika.
the charge
Only if
made
you
by
allow
the
me
Prime
to.
Minister?
Kachativu,
Did the
Kachativu,
DMK not want a separate country?
Kachativu.
Did they not want autonomy?
Kachativu. Who gave it?
Yes, I'm coming to
Which
the time.
regime?
I'm
And
coming to that.
what are you
Prime
part
Minister
of?
said
What
about
is this
Kachativu.
India alliance?
Jayalalitha.
And the Prime Minister has
Prime
shown you the
Minister.
mirror.